Ah, yes, Murder Drones. Probably, if not, my favorite animated series on YouTube of all time. And what I would say is better than a lot of the stuff we see on regular TV. Because let's be real, the golden age of TV is over. Let's not even try to debate that. So, now that the series is finally came to an end, and honestly, a satisfying end for me, because I don't really care about development or deep stuff, I just want to see robots killing each other. Come on. Entertainment, eh? So, I'm going to be ranking all 8 episodes, and the episode that's at the bottom of the list is not an episode I hate. I don't think there's any bad Murder Drones episodes. It's just the one that, in my opinion, is my least favorite, the weakest. And the one that's my favorite, well, it's my favorite. Also, these are my opinions. Don't attack me for them. This is YouTube 101. And if you want to state yours in the comments, feel free to. With that out of the way, I think let's just get into the ranking. Now, you had probably no idea what episode the music I played just came from, and if you did, that's fine, because this music that I just played is from episode 2, Heartbeat, and is, in my opinion, the weakest episode, and my least favorite. It's mainly because of how forgettable it is. It just feels like a random episode that they throw out of nowhere. I mean, you have the revelation of the absolute Solver J, that kind of stuff, but really, when you're comparing this to stuff like The Prompting, the episode after it where they locked in, it's just no comparison, really. And episode 2 also came almost a year after the release of the first episode, and then a couple months later, episode 3 came out. So episode 1 and 2 were released so after each other that it just kind of hindered with the quality. Now, that being said, that doesn't mean this episode is bad. No. This is a very tight list, especially at the top. And when you see what episodes I put here, you're probably going to be confused. Just stay with me. All in all, great episode, just not my favorite. Ah, yes, one of the first of many controversial choices on this list, I have the pilot. Now, it's not because of the bad animation, and this is the longest Murder Drones episode. Can you believe it? The pilot? You would have expected finale, but still, the finale ends up being better than this. Spoiler alert. I really liked the pilot, and it was a great introduction to the series. It's just... it does a pretty good job of setting up the world and all that kind of stuff, but in all honesty, I just think there's better episodes. I think it's better than Heartbeat, definitely, and it has better lines. The branded pen, guys. It's the branded pen. You can't beat the branded pen.
Branded pen.
But other than that, it does a good job of introducing the characters and what all of them do, but it's just not really the greatest episode in my opinion, and I think there are other episodes that top it. Just because I put this episode here doesn't mean it's bad. I just think the other episodes are better than this one. I guess that's the point of an entire ranking. Let's just get on to the next one, shall we? I thought long and hard about what this next rankings are going to be, and I utterly decided that next is going to ultimately be Mass Destruction. Now, Mass Destruction kind of has that Harry Potter Deathly Hallows Part 1 vibe. It's the episode before the finale. But even with all that, this episode is great. Watching this episode with me and my friends, we were stunned after it. It said it was going to be the episode to answer all questions, and it left us with even more questions. It proved the Sinistessa theory that a lot of people liked, and it was just a really solid episode. And also, the combat is amazing, but there are some parts that I don't like. I think Doll's way underused. Doll kind of just shows up and dies. Doll literally loses all of her relevancy after episode 3. And after that, yeah, she does literally nothing but die and get Five Nights at Freddy jump scared. What? I think we were all confusing that. And, at least Doll had one frame, I guess, in episode 8. It's just, this episode does kind of drag at some parts, but does the action just soar? It's just... I don't know, I just thought some of the episodes are better. Now, does that mean this episode is bad? No, Absolute End is one of the best episodes in terms of animation and action. Episode 6, 7, and 8, I swear, those animators just locked in, and it looks stunning. But ultimately, these next few episodes couldn't beat Mass Destruction, but hey, it's still an amazing episode, and nothing can change that. Oh, and I just remembered, Jay gets hit by a freaking bus. That is peak. Unpopular opinion number 1, Home is actually really good, guys, and more unpopular opinion number 2, The Human Gala is the best, soundtrack in the thing. It's like the best song in the entire soundtrack is what I meant to say. Why did I put that in the script? Anyway, episode 5, Home, never really stuck with me. One of my friends said it was his favorite episode because of the tone and whatever. And yeah, I really do like the tone. But man, does this episode just throw things at your face that you never would have saw Murder Drones going in that direction. If you showed me Murder Drones episode 1 and then told me what the plot of it was going to be with the Absolute Solver, I would think you'd be crazy. But man, does this episode soar in terms of comedy. I mean, Sin is a riot in this episode. Actually, Sin is funny in all of her appearances. She's so silly, guys. She's not evil. She's just a little goofy goober. Anyway, this episode is really good, but it is a backstory episode, so it kind of just feels like a random filler episode, but it's not a filler episode because it, gives you stuff. I'm yapping at this point now. Excuse my language. Ugh, the new generation. It's poisoning us all. Anyway, I just think this episode's really good, and even though its action is nowhere near as better as episode 7, I like The Human Gala, and that is the entire reason why it is ranked above episode 7. Good night. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention again, this episode has Lord Frumplebucket, the greatest character in Murder Drones other than the teacher. Yeah, guess what's next, guys? Episode 6, of course. Now, I don't know the fandom's genuine consensus or what they think of this episode, but I know I really like it. Why? Because I am the Dino Gamer 556 and I like dinosaurs, and this is when the dinosaur robots, the Sentinels, are on screen the most. And the Sentinels are just amazing. I mean, come on. Sentinel with a cowboy hat is one of the greatest things humanity has ever created. I mean, are you kidding me? And I know a lot of people are going to say this, and I'm going to bring this up on my episode 8 ranking about a certain character's character arc supposed to be being completed when they sacrifice themselves. But here's the thing. I don't care. We're not film critics. We don't need complex arcs and story stuff for something to be good. You just have to have fun and find it entertaining, I guess. We're not film critics, guys. Stop acting like you're film critics, okay? I guess it's my opinion. But also, even though there isn't much action, the amount of Jurassic Park / World references is amazing. The raptor tapping the toe claw, the part where Eng is like the clever girl scene from Jurassic Park, the part where Tessa puts her hand out to get bitten by the raptor. Yeah, I saw that Jurassic World reference. Vic Hoskins, oof. I mean, come on. Episode 6 is just amazing. I do think Alice and Bo were a little underdeveloped. They were kind of just thrown into the mix, and, well, nothing happened in terms of them. I mean, what do you want them to do? They show up and then die. But Alice does add some pretty good explanation and exposition about Uzi's mom. So that's nice. All in all, episode 6, peak episode. And probably higher on my list than a lot of your guys' list. But you know what? This is my opinion, and I like dinosaurs. Episode 4, right out the bat, one of my favorite episodes, right as I saw it. Seriously, this episode is what got me back into Murder Drones, because here's a little The Dino Gamer 556 lore for you. I saw that first episode, the pilot, when it came out, and I thought it was good, and never thought about it again until I saw Cabin Fever on my homepage. Now, granted, I had no idea what was going on, but I watched the series, caught up on everything, and oh my gosh, is this episode just peak. I love the camping, the classmates are put in depth, and this is the episode that put them even on the radar. only for them to die. We stand Braden. Rest in peace to the GOAT. He's fire, guys. Like, just straight up fire. Anyway, this episode, not only is Solver Uzi just chef's kiss, just the episode's just really good in general. And the fight between Solver Uzi and V and stuff, and Solver Uzi in general, is just delicious, just exquisite. It's just perfect. And I couldn't think of a better episode. Honestly, I don't really know what to say because I don't really have any criticism of this episode. I just really, really like it. I just think the other two episodes are a bit better, especially in terms of soundtrack, except Solver Uzi is not better than Human Gala, and you can fight me on that. Do I even need a reason for why episode 3 is up here? Not only does this have one of the best action scenes, like, oh my god, the prom at the end is so good, guys, you don't even know. This is like the only time Doll is actually relevant on screen. And I mean, yeah, that kind of makes sense. I mean, kind of in episode 5, but in episode 6, she kind of just shows up, does her thing, and then episode 7, she dies. I mean, come on, guys. We already had this discussion. This is Murder Drones 101 by now. This episode is just really good. I mean, I think it would have been better if we had a mystery aspect and we had no idea who was killing all the classmates instead of Doll being the one we knew. But other than that, oh my gosh, does the knife dance go so hard. The fight is just really good. The episode is just really good. We have Dapper N, guys, and even though N is not my favorite character, I know, tragic, terrifying, we have Dapper N, guys, and he's Dapper N. He's a dapper fella. And anyway, Murder Drones, episode 3, really good. But just not as good as the next episode, and my favorite episode in the entire series.
I won't fall down.
I feel like a lot of people are not going to agree with me with this one, but guess what? I don't care. I don't think you could ever ask for a better season finale than Murder Drones Episode 8 Absolute Ending, and it is absolutely spectacular. Uzi is more herself in this episode than she has been in so many others. The other one, she's kind of confused. No, this one, she's the edgy, amazing character we all know and love from episode 1, and it is amazing. She is free. This episode is just peak. The action is some of the best action I've seen in any show. Like, oh my gosh, the final battle with the Night Corps playing in the background is not something I knew I needed in my life, but now that I have it, oh my gosh, am I glad it exists. And even though a lot of people are like, V's return is stupid. No, V came back riding a Velociraptor. I mean, come on, V is Chris Pratt confirmed. My next theory video, guys, she can tame raptors. Chris Pratt can tame raptors. No, I'm pulling your leg, guys, okay? Anyway, I don't really care. I know people saying V sacrificing herself was kind of stupid, but like, come on, guys. The hallway scene with V, redeem that. I know no one likes fake out deaths, but like, come on. I think we all knew she was going to come back. So, like, who really cares about that? Stop throwing critiques at this episode. It's so good. The one part where Sin is sad after, like, Uzi meets the weird ball thing is just peak cinema right there. Murder Drones Episode 8 is peak cinema. And even though it might not be people's favorite, and even though it probably shouldn't have topped this list, it did. Because I don't care. And this episode is so good. I mean, everything is coming together. The teacher is in it, showing just how great of a character he is. Khan is in it. Great. It's the big finale. Uzi is in it. Obviously, Lizzie is hilarious. The text from V is amazing. This episode is just amazing. It's spectacular, down to every little detail about it. The animation, oh my gosh, it looks so smooth. The part where in the battle, Sin's head gets cut off, and then she puts it back on is amazing. Sin in this episode is amazing. It's just so good. I couldn't ask for a better end to Murder Drones, honestly. And I could go on and on about episode 8 and how much I love it and how good it is and how worth the wait it is. And just, Oh my goodness. I don't even know. So yeah, I guess that's my ranking. And if you disagree with me, then yeah, sure, I guess it's your opinion, and opinion's alright. So if you don't like this episode, then good for you. But still, guys, I'm no film critic. I don't look into stuff. I like action, and I like stupid things. And now that this video is over,